The Prime Minister remembering the lives of those lost in the Labor Day tragedy. Good evening, I'm C.S. Scatterly. This is the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis once again extending condolences to the families of the victims of the Labor Day tragedy on behalf of the government, his family, and the people of the Bahamas in a national address last night. Altaviz Munnings reports that the Prime Minister encouraged Bahamians to remain united during the difficult days ahead.
While visiting the families of the victims of the 2018 Labor Day tragedy, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis revealed in his national address that he heard wonderful stories about 55-year-old Diane Ferguson, 51-year-old Kathleen Fernander, 48-year-old Tammy Gibson, and 41-year-old Tabitha Hay, as well as their personal contributions to the country. Prime Minister Minnis also visited the injured and their physicians at the Princess Margaret and Doctors hospitals. As in his initial statement on the tragedy, the Prime Minister in his national address thanked march participants, first responders, onlookers, and the professional teams at the Princess Margaret and Doctors hospitals who worked with great compassion and urgency to care for the deceased and injured. The Prime Minister noted that in times like these, we must rely on faith and loved ones.
No words can begin to describe the heartbreak and the loss felt by their spouses, children, parents, families, friends, and colleagues of Tabitha, Catherine, Tammy, and Diane. I assured the families of the deceased of the support of all of us during the many difficult days ahead.
Prime Minister Minnis also appealed for the nation to pray.
I also ask all churches throughout the country to offer special prayers for the deceased and their families, as well as for those who were injured yesterday and their families. We pray that the physical wounds of the injured will heal in time. But we know that the psychological, emotional, and spiritual wounds caused by yesterday's tragedy and the subsequent traumatic stress and pain will require different kinds of healings.
The nation's leader also encourages Bahamians to demonstrate unity.
And as our union leaders and workers demonstrated during yesterday's march, we are one people, united in love. We will be united in this time of tragedy and suffering. Let us demonstrate this love through our prayers and acts of generosity for those who need our comfort and care during this difficult time.
Altaviz Munnings, ZNS Network News.